All right. Welcome. Good evening. Oh man, it's playoff Tuesday evening. We have technically game two, but the first game of the series between the perfect unadulterated gaming squad, represented here by Andy and Dante, facing off versus Don't Forget to Track Us with Flip Heel and Purdy Wong. This should be a very popcorn match because this mode is Randomizer with starting boost. So we got maximum chaos the whole time. I cannot wait. We're joined actually by a former Pug member on commentary tonight, Matt 79 I won't call you Max tonight. I'm excited. How's it going, sir?
Good is good. I like the new Randomizer with the logical Randomizer. It makes things even more chaotic.
Yeah. This is actually well, okay. I personally would consider this a very much of an upgrade from the original Enemizer in that it's more expanded. The original Enemizer had a little bit more, let's say, was a bit more conservative, had some limitations. For example, like the kill rooms were always much more like you can always basically kill them with the bombs and a sword. No longer. We have Enemizer. You could get dead rocks inside. You could get mimics. You will have to bring your own powder. Very hilarious and swamp. And we actually got some pretty good representation, balanced representation. Tracking for us tonight is Furious Prince. Very big thanks. And of course, the third member of Don't Forget to Track Us, Iker, who's also going to play Crosses tomorrow with Flip. Yeah, I can't wait. These guys look like they're readying up, ready to go. Should get on underway shortly.
hmm
Anything you're looking forward to seeing, Matt? To make these guys
I,
do?
I didn't get to watch that much of this in the regular season, so I'm just looking forward to seeing like what's going to be in some of these kill rooms. Right? You can have dead rocks in there, mimics that you got to kill with a bow. The logic can be a lot more complex in this mode compared to regular Randomizer, and it can make for a bit of a sweat when you're climbing GT without an ice rod or without even the powder. It can make it
Oh
interesting, so
yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
I cannot wait. In this case, compasses are pretty valuable. Yeah, in terms of the actual mode, in this case, it is a quote unquote regular 7/7, so 7 crystals, no key sanity. So all the small keys and big keys and dungeon prizes are in their respective dungeon. And of course, in this case, the compasses do show you what the boss is, provided you can get it before the boss. It's always a nice game courtesy, I guess. With a sense of humor to see in this case if we can get the you can just get the compass basically on the boss, which maybe Dante looks like he's not necessarily starting ahead, just a little stream desync,
Listen,
but
it
we'll get everything
it is
together.
late for Dante. He needs a bit of
It
rest
is,
now,
that's
just
true.
to
Okay,
go.
you're not wrong. Alright, yeah. And of course, somehow, for whatever reason, we always end up getting the diagonal screens between two teams going in the same location. Flipio already doing a quick map check. But yeah, similarly with Andy, looks like we're starting at Sank versus Uncle routing from Dante. This actually, we've seen this pretty frequently from Dante and the Pugs. Definitely seem to kind of prefer this. Meanwhile, Purdy Wong is going over to Eastern Middle. Was that Rupee Crab?
Yeah, and then 300 in the Bach Rocks too. Lots of money. Ooh, that is a nice
My
sword. We'll probably
gosh,
see Andy
Dante!
get there pretty soon.
Oh yeah. Well, so with starting boots, we've kind of already eliminated one of the most sought-after items in, of course, the entire game. The sword, especially in this mode, is arguably, honestly, more probably sought after, even if we didn't start with boots. Yeah, we got a lot of enemies now we can kill, and Dante now, with that even extra
Oh,
hard
what's
to do.
that rod? That is an ice rod on Lumberjack. That's real interesting.
Yeah, oh, that's pretty big knowledge actually for Flip Heel, and don't forget to track us. Ikir, write that down. This is important.
It looks like PRD is going to the castle, so they're going to get that knowledge of the sword too. You saw them do pretty common start that we're seeing with boot start modes, just hang right to Sahasrahla first. That blue goo that they found in Sahasrahla, that's also very nice for Randomizer.
Oh yeah. You do not turn down safeties. Even things that you may not consider to be safeties are now considered to be safeties. Empty bottles are considered to be safeties. You don't leave the bug nets. Of course, you have the regular stuff, right? Like armor, hard containers, any hard pieces. Honestly, I still see people pick up. Yeah, all that. And the bomb, also very, very important.
Nice bomb slug in the bomb pool. You love to see that. Another slug. Yeah, this is new. You don't see that in regular Randomizer. These slugs in here usually.
Yeah, I'm scared of bomb slugs. It's almost like I love this from Poggers, except split up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But also 300 rupees in the boomerang chest as well. So looks like we can afford a lot of things. Sora, bombs, bottle merchants, chest. Oh, another 300 in blind stuff. We are filthy rich.
Nice glove.
Yeah, and a book. Okay. All right, a glove book. Sounds like a potential desert trip early on. All right, and the quake, of course, in the back of blind set.
Yeah, pretty event-free escape out of there. I don't think Dante got the key or the map, so skipping Dark Cross seems to make sense.
Yeah, I don't know how brave you are, Matt, going to Dark Cross Randomizer without a lamp. I might be thinking twice, honestly. But then again, I'm also not part of this team, so or whoever may choose to brave their way into that place with no light source.
Andy about to go into Chicken Hut maybe after this. Chicken Hut can be a scary place in this mode.
That's true. We should just send Dante in there because he's the one with the sword. Maybe Andy can take a quick peek. What do you think? Alright, he's gonna take a quick peek.
Yep, those red guys make it not super easy. You just gotta like kite them around. Just like there you go.
Oh, that was literally Andy's not first rodeo into Chicken Hut. That was very well handled by this pug. It seems to maybe he's played Among Us. Just going in circles at the admin table. That is an acquired skill, not necessarily just innate.
Alright, seeing these guys just kind of split up the village a little bit.
Yeah, and this makes sense. There's fewer things, I guess, shuffled out in the wild, and because this is not key sanity, so maps, compasses, small keys, big keys, right? Those are kind of not really much available. We have a hammer in the well, and so maybe try to make a little bit more sense if you can split up or take more coverage, even more so, I guess, in non-key sanity modes, because again, there's not a lot of items that you're really trying to get. Flip lived. That's the important part.
It's always scary. Yeah, and once I found that glove, it just makes sense just to get that.
Yeah, of course, in this case, the dream for everybody involved, except for us, is that the small key is just in Dark Cross or the map. So we don't have to go there. There's a small key, and there's the map. Okay, well, I guess we're not going right now.
he thought about it. All right, so we can do mini Moldorm Cave.
We sure can do mini Moldorm Cave with that.
These bombs are a little tricky, but I think you can just like kind of shoo them off screen.
True.
That's not that well. That's not going to work out so well.
Yeah, this is kind of the danger. Well, one of the dangers of having such low health. Although it looks like people are kind of up to 4 and 5, maybe 6 hearts, which is actually pretty comfy.
Especially for co-op, right? Because sometimes both of them have a lot of health. Sometimes you end the co-op seat on like 6 hearts, right? So they're already doing pretty well.
Yeah, especially for non-keys, just because again, like all the things are, you just don't visit as many areas. So sometimes you can just get unlucky and your partner finds everything, and then you're stuck with like 4 or 5 hearts, fighter sword, Mopula, and you're just like, okay, well, this is my life now. Yeah, so
Andy's going to the hospital. He'll get that bottle too. I didn't see if there's anything on Sick Kid. I don't know if Don't Forget to Track us checked that yet.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Maybe Purdy Wong went to Mini Molden before Cat, so maybe we'll get this check here. Would have probably had that heart container from before.
Dante's in a little bit of trouble here too. Yeah, I think bombs kill these guys with 1 bomb. Oh, shoot! Okay, shoot him away. That was well played. That was an experience.
Smart.
Oh, just don't die in this room.
Okay, by the way, so Sick Kid with the bottle are having the cape. Oh, nice Bombos medallion. Oh, and the flippers. Okay, I guess we're going. So I don't know if I want that lamp to show up or not. the fact that we're pretty close to our gold access. We just missing that pearl. But then suddenly, with the cape, with the sword, I don't want to think about Aga. Andy, run.
Yeah, but if you do Aga, you do get that ice rod though, so it's
That's true. That's true.
You know you're getting at least peace of mind when you beat Aga, even if it's not required. So yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Right. So in addition, of course, to the minion enemy shuffle, we do have boss shuffle. It is. I forgot the exact term, but there is going to be at least one of each boss out there, and then there are 3 duplicates. So we could, in fact, see no Tridexes, because maybe they're behind Ice Armor. Well, they're in the Ice Armor spot, or maybe they're dependent dungeon you have to go touch, right? But it's very possible that if we do encounter a Trinex out in the wild, then we're gonna have to go and use that Ice Rod.
Yeah. Ooh, nice bow in Eastern, which.
Nice.
You don't necessarily need a bow in Eastern for this mode, but still nice to have.
I would never turn down any extra weaponry, regardless of what kind it is. A nice shovel, by the way. Alright, pretty.
Still working on those. Yeah, he really used that bombos that is behind it. Nice kill on that one. Ooh. Watch out for that wall master there in this Super Talon Eastern.
There's a wall master. Oh, great. Alright, okay. Eastern big key and compass chest. Yeah, as you said, that's right, Andy. There was definitely a wall master lurking about. All right, we do, as opposed to we got some bows. We got the compass to Eastern, and it is.
Well, that is.
Speaking of Aga.
Well, now you know. That's kind of nice actually for them just to know right away.
I don't know how Andy survives all these things.
We're kind of running out of spots for this Moon Pearl, logically.
Yeah, or the lamp for that matter. I mean, if we are intended to beat Aga for Dark World access, which of course very commonplace, of course, is the Moon Pearl on Pyramid Ledge, we also do need something else to show up. It's not going to be a biggie chest of Eastern where Andy's going. 50 rupees.
Yeah, so I guess Dandy's got the shovel. He's got desert. About it. That's not the enemy you really want to run and do. Yeah, just a map. Okay, so there is an item on Trinex in Eastern Palace. Looks like they're sending Andy to desert, and Dante's gonna get this bottle and check sick kit, I guess, right? There's nothing in Eastern that Dante needs to get. Oh, I guess the bow. I guess the bow's a little bit more valuable here because you could run into a Mimic or an Igor anywhere.
Oh, actually, that's actually a very good point. I was actually thinking of what the value of the bow would be in this case, because I don't know, maybe we don't actually need it, but actually, you bring up a very good point because we have Logical Randomizer. You can just encounter random route. Nice powder, by the way, on the shuffle. We'll just continue our way over to Kakariko, no problem.
Yeah, like I don't know exactly what can be in Desert Palace, but your Moon Pearl could be locked behind like an Igor in the Compass chest room, right? I think maybe. So
yeah.
You just kind of got to get the bow.
Yeah. It looks like actually Purdy is going to show us what is in at least Akina as soon as he gets past this Lionel. Yeah, definitely got a bit more coverage, and it looks like Don't Forget to Track Us is giving us a little bit more newer checks as of this moment, but doesn't mean in this case that Dante and Andy are very far behind in terms of getting to these locations. We just had other places to go, and that's our Pearl at Agina.
Nice. So another heart container. I don't know where Flip got that powder, but
yeah. And actually, you can see it's a pretty nice precision communication between Dante and Andy. When Dante went to Saha, it was just the middle and right chest. Getting only the bow out of map chest in Eastern, of course. That one's maybe a little bit easier to communicate, but all these little things do save up time. You don't need the extra, I don't even remember what it was, on the left chest of Saha. Paradox is going to be another one. Probably Hype Cave could also be another one as well. In these like major 5-item caves, easy time saves.
yeah. So looks like they're gonna send Andy into desert, which I mean that makes sense.
It looks like
That's
a
a
crystal
nice
desert
Lionel
as well.
right there.
That would be really great to go with our bow. Some arrows.
Might not be there though. That's the problem, right? Yeah, the Armos and Desert Palace would be really great to fight with the bow.
Oh
Wouldn't it?
yeah. We can go a little bit further with the small key on map chest question mark. Well, it's not quite the red mimic, so we don't necessarily require the bow, but it would be kind of nice to have. I'm gonna face with some Octorok. Actually, relatively tame room, honestly.
Anything? Just the map and the compass. Are you gonna check shows what the boss is?
Maybe we're gonna run out to see what's on Desert Ledge. I don't know if Andy or Purdy checked Desert Ledge before we kind of ran over to Akina.
We got Helmasaur. Nice. Oh, there's a lamp and the mitts in Hype Cave.
Oh,
So
nice.
the lamp and Enemizer. The siege is getting a little too easy for my liking, honestly.
Yeah. No, I agree. We had to check one or maybe two sword and Uncle. Now we have the lamp. We got a cape. Look at all this extra health we have. Is this playoffs?
Seriously. Should have turned on expert for playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. Now, speaking of mail appears, by the way, apparently Purdy found blue mail somewhere. I guess it's desert. I think we also got a mushroom somewhere. Flip Peel has it. Maybe that was also Hype Cave or something that was kind of close by. Yeah, we just got all the fetch quests.
Yeah, looks like
definitely
he's
the
just gonna
first
get his mitts. Yeah, I think. Well, so the interesting is because the pugs have the bow, right? And he's gonna get this lamp. He's probably just gonna go to pod. I guess pod to crystal. Yeah.
Yeah, Ikir and Furious Prince graciously tracking for us tonight, and marking all of the crystals and pendants for us. So, what do we got? We got pendants, Para, skull, and pod. Are we going to pod? Wait, which is our last
no.
pendant?
I don't
Okay,
know. Oh,
okay.
yeah. Oh, I guess is it pod? Sorry, it's marked as a crystal on one of them. Yeah, Dante unfortunately got the news of those mitts like a little bit too late. But I mean, he doesn't have a mirror, so you really want to do some change. Okay, pod is the pendant.
Okay, alright, yeah. Thank you for the very nice extended map check, Andy. Hello, turtle.
Yeah, it looks like Andy's making the choice to go to at least to pyramid before pod, or possibly just pyramid catfish.
Assuming he survives.
Yeah, it's a little
Not saying,
sketchy.
of course, that's anything for Andy's skill. It's just you see all these rollers that really just love to appear out of nowhere, even under the most innocent looking of bushes. You slash one and then suddenly you're just dead.
God, Danny's already
Another
got 10
heart
hearts.
container?
What is this? It's
Another
not even
heart
16
container?
minutes. Alright, we got catfishes on both sides already.
Yeah, a little bit more, I think, different focus, maybe. Dante and Andy somewhat favoring more overworld here, versus I think Flip and Purdy are targeting for more dungeons, at least for the time being. But another heart container? Dude, is this just completely front loaded? Is this actually beginner mode? We just have more heart containers in the pool than we've ever expected.
Yeah, and with those mitts, there's a decent number of options, but like you can still. I mean, they've already seen one Trinex. Like this is just full boss shuffle, right? Not chaos. So
Yeah,
it's
this
just
is
only
full.
gonna be
That's right.
maximum of one more Trinex, but there's still an Argus out there that you can't beat, so it's still a little bit scary. Speaking of scary, this cold stare fight on Flip Heel side.
Yeah,
I would describe this as doable but bad.
Hey, that was the race description. Yeah, and one of the features of Randomizer is that, of course, for Blind's Arena, it is just open. You don't have to go bomb the attic, unless, of course, it is actually vanilla blind, in which case you gotta do the whole rigmarole. But if it's not, walk right in, and if you can beat the boss, you get yourself a crystal or something.
Yeah, Flip unfortunately does not have that blue potion either. He didn't go back. 'Cause he didn't know about the bow, right? So there really wasn't that much reason for him to go to Sauce for a while.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, no, Purdy and Flipio haven't been over to Eastern yet. Yeah, then versus Andy though, we're gonna drink this potion immediately, and well, it's yeah, not gonna really help him for magic. It's certainly gonna help him for defense. Being able to tank another hit or two.
Flip's doing a good job, but it's weird because the Blind's Arena is like weirdly small, and so the ice is way more dangerous.
Oh, okay. That's a very good observation. Yeah, because I know that in the original like Holstein Arena, you can just kind of hug the top wall, right, and then all the icicles kind of despawn. Are we dead?
No, he's okay. He's like it's very scary. Dandy is making really short work of this. Okay, very nice.
Very well done. Well done on the pug side.
Okay.
By the way, it's really great to
did
see.
it.
Yeah. No, very, very well done. Yeah, I was gonna say it's really great to see pretty classic NMG runners who are used to having boots and tempered. Some would be forced to spread their horizons a bit. Speaking of more horizons, yeah, we have a lot of good items. Andy, though, still armed with that fighter sword, is going into Ice Palace. And of course, you do Ice Palace entry. Just because we saw in the initial free sword, that is, I don't think it's ever enemized. So you always, in this case, need fire rod or bombos to get in. But everything else is kind of fair game for whatever may be. And I very much endorse Andy using any medallions to his advantage.
Yeah, this is yeah, no cane, which makes this a little rough, but you know, it was kind of either this or pod for him because Dante's kind of taking care of the village stuff. They don't really have that much mountain access, so it's a clearable crystal. This room sucks, but oh my goodness.
Every room sucks. Oh my gosh. This is the chicken hut, by the way.
This is where that cave would come into use.
Oh yeah, cave Berta. Flipio, by the way, did find Berta in hammer pegs. I do not blame anybody for wanting to pick up any extra safety. I will take cave path magic, Berta, all of them. I'll use them all together.
That chomp is working overtime.
I completely missed that boss in the back, whatever it was.
Alright, so the Don't Forget to Track has made away to Eastern, which is good. So they're going to get that bow knowledge, which is the kind of the main difference between the two teams right now.
Yeah, bow knowledge, and I think also Trinex knowledge, assuming they do eventually do a map check. I don't know if this is like if they for sure they need an ice rod from Aga. Oh, blinded skullwood, thank you very much. Blinded skullwood, well, skull's a pendant. Maybe we don't have to be blind.
That spark is so annoying. Well, it's good to just hover this way. That's a good way to handle this.
Nice, easiest room in the game, by the way.
Oh, it's just coming back right at the perfect time too. Okay, it looks like we got it.
All right, well done, Andy, with the boots.
Alright, so Dandy's gonna get his mids. Yeah, he's only on 2 hearts. He's got that blue potion if he needs it.
Oh, that's true. It's true. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of more magic usage, I do not blame Andy one bit. A powder would actually be extremely nice right about now for, many reasons, but also you never know in this case when you can encounter an anti-fairy. And then also, if you are dependent on some of the fairy fountains, like the ones in Hera, the ones in some of the other dungeons that'll get you a refill, good luck. They most likely will not be there with you.
Alright, we're going a little dry on items here. Kind of the mirror of the hook shot is really what's gonna blow the seed wide open if we can find that.
Mirror hook shot, yeah. Fire rod, of course, is a very common item. We definitely need it for Trinex. We may not need it for back to school woods. The flute, we definitely still need. Meyer is a crystal, so we need some sort of entry in there. And of course, that'll also give us some. With the mirror, it'll give us some proxy desert access as well, faster access. All right, what's back here for desert? Flip has made it all the way over here. There better not be Lamos back here, because he doesn't have the bow. And I'm going to be pretty upset.
On half a heart, getting that Bombos out in the nick of time with the sword in his face. Oh, no! I spoke too soon. He lost the... I don't even know if that's a frame roll, but that is a little rough.
That is unfortunate for Andy. Yeah, we also don't think we knew that could happen. Oh, that's right. I think we actually probably knew there was Helm Sword back here. I forgot. Alright, so Flip is still here without the bow. He'll just do another Fighter Sword hammer fight, no problem. But this one he might be a little bit more familiar with because you still use Spin Speed Helma with the hammer. And so the sword probably matters not too much.
I wonder where Andy's gonna go now. Is he gonna go to Pod? Because Dante's now back. I wonder if Dante's gonna go up the mountain or clean this. I think Andy might just go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I completely forgot about the mountain. I was just here hoping that we could maybe wait for the flute.
Yeah,
but
it's
good
not a
thing
whole
Dante,
lot.
of course, has a lamp.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot he can do on the mountain too, right?
Yeah, we can get Old Man Rescue in Logic. We can get Spec Rock Cave inside. We can take a look at what's on top of Spec Rock. But yeah, no mirror, no hook shot. Not a lot of
Spike
options.
Cave, yeah, that's the only other thing. I think PRD already did all that stuff, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
It's like Flip's gonna grab his blue potion and his bow. Oh, nice cane. There you go.
Yeah,
that helps.
yeah. That
Sure,
is
Andy's
very,
glad to get that. Or learn about that right after he left ice. At least his second trip will be a little bit faster. Yeah, it's looking like Pod is the play.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe there's a Hargatan that Dante actually won't get.
I'm trying to think if we have... I think all we have left is whatever's in ice and Pod, logically.
Did Andy happen to get all of his items out of ice before he left?
I don't think so, because he was like leaving the boss area to go to Iced Teas, and he probably wouldn't be doing that if there was no items left.
Good point. Yeah. Alright, Iker also, one of our trackers for tonight, confirmed 2 out of 3 items.
PRD just opting into this cold stare fight that doesn't get you anything. This is a little aggressive.
Actually, very good point. That's right. Other than the crystal itself.
Yeah, this is just a map on the boss.
Are we gonna do the back? I don't know how many items there are in the back. Alright, flipping up rescuing old man, leaving.
We're getting that. I actually have Smith Chain too, right? I don't think we've seen that.
Great point. Yeah, Smith Chain, mirrorless Smith Chain, everybody's favorite sequence to do without the flute or the mirror.
I think Dante might be just getting Dark Cross and then getting the Ice Rod just to give Andy time to clear Pod and get him his information.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
That's right. Yeah, we can get into Castle Tower. All the Castle Tower keys are vanilla. There's only 2 chests available, and they're all Castle Tower keys. So he can actually just go do everything. Whittling his health down, and I'm sure Randomizer will certainly speed up the process a bit. We can just leave Dark Cross pretty quickly, like right here.
Jesus. Thank goodness for the boots.
Thank goodness for the sword. Oh yeah, look at all these ghosty woasties that could just do like 2 hearts of damage to you with no problems whatsoever.
Right, not a whole lot so far in pod that we found.
Yeah, we got some new ground that's being covered on Purdy's side. He is going to the back of Thieves Town. Yeah, something that doesn't is not often seen. Oh my gosh. In Randomizer, unless it's somebody's last location. And by somebody's I mean everybody's last location.
Yeah, like this would be a pretty good advantage for. Don't forget to track if there's something back there.
Auntie. Oh, that's Sandman. Any bridge in Randomizer is just rife with potential. It's spikes, little spikes, random enemies that just literally jump out at you. Wall masters when you're trying to hammer you. Oh yeah, they're great.
Do you know if the bumpers can be logical in this?
Logical bumpers. I don't know. I know that bumper cave is never enemized out. Like that bumper will always be there, but I don't know about the other bumpers. They can, Iker? Okay, Iker says yes. Okay, Gil says bumpers are not. Okay, alright, Namu also says bumpers are. We live in a democracy, so we will believe at the majority.
I think we've gotten all the items in Thieves Town. Nothing. It was just a piece of heart and like $50, I think.
Okay.
So it's now looking like Smith Chain is the answer, which I'm assuming that's what PRD is doing. I guess we still have the boss of pod.
Help! Dancy, why are we using the hammer? I'm so scared, dude. Why?
Okay, now we're cranking out the bombos. Look, bombos is slow.
Yeah, but I would rather be slow and living than fast and dying. That's personal.
That's a fair point.
I'm kind of curious to see where the second sword is. Maybe this first sword is just. I mean, it is quite a bit of a luxury. It may not seem like one to be able to use all these medallions. Dancy, I think, is ready to be done with this tower. Flip Peel's having a similar idea.
Yeah.
Imagine what we have to do if we did not have a sword. Because I'm pretty sure like these are all just kill rooms, right? Like you have a hammer, you can go ham.
Yeah, it'd be brutal. Oh, that's a nice fire bar right there.
Alright, so despite the advancements of Randomizer and Boss Shuffle, Aga and Aga 2 are still in their original location. There is nothing we can do, at least at the moment, to displace them to a different position. So it's trying to boomerang the spark. I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, and he's about to get to the boss of pod. I don't know if he checked it or if we know what it is.
That's a... Oh my gosh, he's just running forward. It is Armos, okay. I don't think I knew that either, but here we are. Yeah,
He's got to be a little careful because I think those spikes can eat your arrows if you get the guys too high. Yeah, so looking like it's just Smith Chain, unless I'm or that one item in Ice Palace.
Yeah, the mirror's gonna be on purple chest. Don't worry. This is how classic rando works. Of course, for those of you holding out for Pedestal Hope, that is still very much alive. There are lots of things that could still be required on the pedestal.
Yeah, it's looking like Andy's heading to Smith Chain now. Yeah, I think those guys have done everything else.
Yeah, the fun part about Eastern being a crystal, and that this is co-op info share, not co-op crystal share. Everyone's gonna have to go through this.
Yeah. Oh, I guess Andy might be getting his cane to go back to Ice Palace too. That could be.
Okay.
That would make sense too. right, Smith, you got it. Well, that's something, but not anything that's useful immediately.
Yes, that is something. That will give us peace of mind for we can enter now whatever Meyer or TR requirements have been satisfied, so we don't necessarily worry. But yeah, after actually all this time, no Dark Death Mountain access means no Turtle Rock Scout, and no Flute means no Meyer access Scout.
Alright, so Purity is going to do purple chest now. Ice Flip's just grabbing his ice rod.
Yeah, Andy, yeah, looking like after Kane, we're going straight back into Ice Palace. Just get back on the frozen horse. We do not need that red rupee on Lake Hylia Island. It is for how valuable that $120 is. It's pretty heavily guarded.
It's a little bit interesting. Purity saved and quit back to Sank after returning the Smith. I don't know if that's
actually, yeah.
I don't know if that's faster.
Run back?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Here we go.
The shield.
Flip will definitely get that shield, don't worry. By definitely, I mean maybe Purdy can trick him into pulling pedestal.
I guess Flip is now going to pod. Oh, he's getting his bow and then going to pod. Okay.
He's so scared. I don't blame Flip one bit. You never really know what's lurking in these grounds.
Oh, poor Andy still doesn't have that cape.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Mirror on purple chest.
Oh, it was Mirror. I'm sorry.
What do you
I'm
know?
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of good for don't forget to track us though, right? Because this might keep Flip Heel out of pod, and there was nothing in pod.
Yeah, and Dante is gonna. I mean, he looks like he's on his path to get to Mirror.
Yeah,
now,
these guys have nothing else, right? So.
Dante definitely not gonna let go of. Let go of Berna. Alright, well Flip is... Oh, he's death warping out. Okay. Okay, this then looks like it's still going into pod for him, right?
Yeah,
if he's just gonna stay in the eastern area.
But like, it really makes no sense for him to do this, right? Just... The mirror doesn't really get any faster unless you can find a flute. Plus, if you have your mirror when you're in pod and you find the fire rod in pod, then you can just go beat the Trinex in Eastern. I'm trying to think of like if there's a reason why you would do this.
Yeah, and the purple chest chain is not gonna get any better. I mean, maybe you can try and hold out for a flute. I guess I can save you, one more cack run back, I guess.
Well,
but
apparently we have Argus and Ice Palace. Do we know if Andy got the third?
He did. I did see that.
Okay.
It was a piece of heart on Spike Chest, which, I mean, we're glad he has Kane, so at least it's something.
Yeah, that's interesting. So we knew. I mean, we already knew the hook shot was going to require because we got to do Swamp, but that was double required, I guess.
Yeah. These poor chickens. What did they ever do? Yeah, but I guess like with the mirror, yeah, we can do mountain stuff now.
Just hope you find I guess what all we need: fire rod, flute, hook shot, and then we're good to go, and a sword, I guess.
Okay, it's true. Yeah, fire rod. Yeah, we already have the mirror. All right, looks like Andy gonna go and do Thieves Town. Nobody here is on better equipment. We just had that Bombos and Fighter Sword from way long ago, and everyone's just doing this. Basically on the same stuff.
Yeah, so this is a hard last location from the bugs, whereas Don't Forget to Track Us didn't quite hard last locate it, and as a result, I think they're up like crystal or 2 on the pugs so far. But Flip's going to spend a bit of time in pod here. That's going to allow the pugs to catch up a bit.
Yeah, and yeah, I think it's really just like the 1.5 dips, I guess, we went into Ice Palace. I don't know if it's It's a little bit more than one, right? Because Andy ended up taking early exit. And so whatever you want to count the second revisit is, because it was on the shorter side.
Oh. There's seriously a hookshot and your fire rod in Paradox Cave. So all of a sudden we are very close to go mode.
Yeah, I don't know what would convince Flip to like leave pod. My guess is he'll probably still go finish.
Like all that can be in here now is flute, right?
Flute, yeah, flute or sword. We will never turn down swords.
And so now PRD can just do TR while he's here, right? It's fairly unlikely there's a Trinex in there.
It's true. Yeah, especially if we get a compass early, we can go and scout the boss immediately. All right, Andy also doing back up Thieves Town. The first trip go. All right, it is Ether, by the way, for TR. So glad that everybody pretty much did this. Well, forced to do the Smith chain, I guess, before we came up here.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Andy gonna find out there's nothing in Thieves Town and then just immediately go eat his mirror.
Yeah, he doesn't have the boss feed though, right? And so he still has to go through all this.
Oh yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, no hook shot means that we can't. Well, we can still go up Hera. All the keys are still in the dungeon, but it means we have to sit in the basement. And,
God, Andy's gotta make it to the boss. Oh, just only one heart. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. No, don't worry. It's not like there's a Colster back here or anything. No, nobody's worried. Yeah, kind of watching Purdy do hook shot. Use the bow, dude. We found silvers, by the way, apparently.
Yeah, that was also in Paradox Cave.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't we just come here first? And
Nice
half magic.
magic.
Any swords? Any swords?
Another blue potion.
Okay.
Not bad.
Okay.
All right, nothing. Guess we're probably going into TR now, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Andy. Oh no. But do we have a fairy? Do we have a potion?
I don't think so.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Yeah.
At least you can get out of here. I guess Dandy hasn't quite found the fire rod yet, but he's gonna soon find out. There's a fire rod waiting for him after Smith Chain.
Yeah. And we still have. He is not going to be his first or last time back into the village, especially with still no flute showing up. He's gonna have to just come back here, and maybe by that time, well, no, you still need the mirror to get up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe Andy. No, we don't have another place for a sword or any really better equipment. I guess he can go to the potion shop if he wants another potion, but it's just it's so far.
Yeah, there's really no point to going back there now. Now he knows that his loaded Paradox Cave that has basically everything you'd want.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's say, I mean, don't forget to track us. Flip and Purdy are surviving pretty well tonight. We even got red mail here in TR Roller Room. I don't think there was actually any other things, like no small key, maybe? Oh no, there must have been a small key. Because he has two, so never mind. Yeah, so I think, yeah, as you mentioned, I think the only real risk that Purdy is running right now is that if there is a military next, in which case, yeah, I guess he would just leave.
Yeah, it's so unlikely though.
Yeah, you already had one, and there's at most one other one out there. It doesn't, yeah, I mean, there could be exactly one in the pool. Nice dead rock.
Like, the one thing you could do is that, like, because you know Flip has nowhere else to go but go up the mountain, and so PRD can just, you risk having PRD do an extra mountain trip only if Flute is in here, versus a Trinex. It's probably more likely for Flute to be in here and PRD saves time versus a Trinex being in here. It's like, you're kind of on the margins here, but, so I don't really, there's, like, no real optimal decision.
I see when people stop being mindful as much as the health. There is a nice Master Sword in Lava Chest for Purdy. But yeah, once people start picking up red mail, it's just kind of like, yeah.
All right, so the pugs, I mean, makes sense obviously to send Dante into TR with the Ice Rod. Having a Trinex, the pugs are starting to fall a little bit behind. So having a nice a Trinex in TR would benefit them greatly.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, or I mean, there could be also just some other misfortunes that could happen upon Flipio or Purdy. They are, yes, at pretty comfortable health levels, but of course, that being said, as an Randomizer, things can always and will happen. It's Bomb Slug. I am so... Purdy does have red mail. Does not mean that we're completely impervious to death.
Oh, the jelly bean came out of nowhere.
Mimicate is just 50 rupees, so no flutes here so far. Yeah, but this one, yeah, it's something looking like Dante and probably Flip are kind of leading the pack for the respective teams in terms of crystals. Dante's going to get his second crystal here very shortly. Flip is going to get his third one.
I think that was an intentional death. I think.
Yeah,
just to get some health back. That makes sense. It is Randomizer. Really, can't blame anybody for anything.
Alright, Flipio, wanting to save a bomb or two, decided to hover over onto Paradox top. Or Paradox 5, rather. Alright, Andy going into Swamp Palace with the hook shot, and now news of the Master Sword that Dante picked up in TR. And this actually be pretty nice. Yeah, because as you kind of mentioned for Flipio and Purdy, right? Like, the only real cost for Purdy to be up on the mountain right now is like the flutes up here, and in which case, yeah, Flipio's gonna have to take another mountain trip. But you know, just kind of like Flippy, yeah, just like for Dante and Andy, if nothing here is in TR, Andy can just save that basically dungeon for a lost. They kind of do like the normal Hera maybe / TR in a GT.
If he flipped me, there was 2 swords in TR. He might have.
Okay, maybe
in there, but but there was no. Actually, he did know at the time there was 1. And now there she comes.
Right.
So we're gonna check. We're just gonna. Oh, there she.
Trinex. Well, oh my gosh.
That's a break that the pugs kind of needed.
Yeah. Call it whatever you like, but that is. Some people might say that these bosses were not sufficiently randomized. I think I saw that earlier this year.
Like, that is really unfortunate. Like, I think the risk they took. He's saving his portal. That's don't think that's gonna work because he's about to have to kill Aga to get his ice rod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it was because they've already seen one. I don't know what the odds are, but like, it's very low that that was gonna happen.
Yeah, there's not even like Trinex can't even appear in all of the arenas, right? There's like the Moldorm arena that they can't be in, the Moldorm 2 arena, yeah, and I think also like Mothula arena, right? Can't be there, and then also because it's full boss shuffle, right? It's only 3 duplicates, so 1 Trinex we've already seen it's in Eastern. And yeah, the chance of basically this being the only boss that could be here to give, as you said, a bit of a setback, but also this gives the pugs a little bit more breathing room.
So we know there are no more Trinexes.
I do see a Landmos in the back of Swamp. Unfortunately, Andy's already gotten to silver, so my guess is we will not be seeing a displaced NMG fight, assuming he lives through this.
Yeah, that was a bit of a sketchy room there, but Andy's got tons of health, so he'll be fine.
Yo, bro, I found another sword here in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I'm sure he's loving hearing that.
Alright, Dante is not going to check. He knows he can beat every boss because he is here armed with the Ice Rod. And his prudence has paid off because he is here with everything that he could do in order to guarantee his success on the boss. I don't know if it's actually worth the time to still check the boss, even if you have the ability to beat it, just so like you're mentally prepared, I guess, for a different boss.
I mean, with this good equipment, I think in some situations I think it might be. Honestly, knowing it's Trinex isn't that bad because Trinex and Randomizer, like the pattern's a little different. I don't know. It's probably not worth a map check, but you know.
Probably. Yeah, and I also don't know if this is just be some amount of like muscle memory. Right? You switch the Ice Rod because you're used to fighting Trinex here, and then you don't see a boss spawn. You're like, oh, okay, it's Lambo, like that, and then you, I guess, switch over to the Fire Rod in Dante's case.
I think Andy skipped left side swamp. I don't know if there's any items there, but that's there's something.
Yeah, I know she didn't even catch if there were how many items were left in left side swamp as well. Looks like Flip is doing the exact same thing, so
now it doesn't matter.
Yep, we're parity. And I mean, this is also one of the benefits of co-op, right? Is you've got a partner. I don't know how often I've seen people go full clear swamp the first time. It certainly depends on the situation, but at this point, I think they're all just looking for flute, right? At this point, so
yeah,
maybe not going to be worth their time because if you could just find it not on left side, then well. You can just be in go mode and skip left side complete, or if you kind of run out of options, your partner can always be there for you to go check it.
So what are we doing on the bug side? I guess he's going to cave 45.
No, this is. What does he need? Higher castle?
Andy's getting his Ice Rod.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, good point.
And he needed to go get that cape to do it, right? Because his swords were both in TR, which is a little annoying. I thought he might like rip off Skull Woods. Like Skulls is a pendant, so it probably doesn't make any sense to do that.
Yeah, back Skull Woods is also one of those locations where nobody really ever wants to go back there. Although the Fire Rod did come kind of late, so it's very understandable that both teams, really no one has kind of gone back there.
I'm trying to. What do we have left for the flute? So there's left side swamp. If there are items in there, I don't know if we've been to Graveyard Ledge. I didn't see anybody go into Hera, but I may have missed that.
Dante at least went in, and we did not go upstairs because no hookshot at the time. And then the big key is in the basement. I think there was one item inside. Now, it does look like Hera's green pendant, so there could be another item there.
There is still, I think, an item on the Trinex in Eastern Palace.
Oh, good point. That's right. We do have another crystal and boss item to obtain.
Yeah, so not much left. I guess also part of the consequence of that Trinex and TR is now Flip is getting quite a bit ahead of his partner, which is always kind of annoying in co-op because then you're always trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of now out of crystals that one or the other hasn't been to.
All right, looks like Dante is also going to skip left side swamp. for better or for worse. He is the second person in, and being so close, I guess. Yeah, maybe we're just never gonna see Left Side Swamp from Pugs today.
Yeah, they might be thinking about the 2 deaths on Andy's side. I always feel like an Enemizer. You got to give yourself 1 death and not worry about it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. And the first death in Ice Palace was really like, I mean, if you can consider it a frame rule, like you may as well, but it was extremely close. As in, he got the bombos off, and I guess he was still able to be vulnerable before the enemy started burning, which again I don't think I've seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the other like cold stare fight here in the back of Thieves on Andy's side, I mean, still things can happen because it is, as you said before, it's a difficult fight, small arena. You're still on fighter sword, you gotta hammer your way through. Yeah, it can still be difficult time. That dying in Thieves Town though, like to the boss, is one of the least lesser punishing bosses to die to, just because getting back to the arena it doesn't take very much time. It's like, I don't know, 45
Fair
seconds
point.
maybe. Yeah, inside the dungeon, and then maybe you have to go back to the village another time anyway for that flute activation. So you're really kind of not wasting all of your time.
Where is Dante going? It looks like we're going to Eastern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, Purdy's kind of a little bit ahead of Dante in the dungeon. I like how, by the way, Flip Heel and, of course, Andy is basically stuck doing everything on Fighter Sword, and now their counterparts, Dante and Purdy, are just sporting this real fancy tempered sword and slash through everything.
Yeah, seriously.
And for those pedestal fans out there, Dante has already checked that it was Flip Heel's favorite item, the shield, and so we will unfortunately not be getting that today. Talking about small arenas, man, is Eastern Arena really that much smaller, or is Trinix just like gigantic?
No, it's way smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, tight quarters in here. All right, looks like I guess. Did Andy get his ice rod?
Good question. If he hasn't gotten his ice rod, he should definitely go get his ice rod.
Okay, well there's the flute, so.
Oh, in Eastern.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it was on Trinex and Eastern.
Okay. Well, I certainly hope that Andy has his ice rod, because he will not be happy if he goes to yet a third dungeon and boss without
he came
the ability to
here
kill it.
straight off the pyramid, right? I'm not going crazy, am I?
Oh no. Memories of game 1 Randomizer, I think. At some point, I think in one of the previous matches, Andy went all the way up to Turtle Rock without the Turtle Rock Medallion, and that was a little sad.
Yeah, it's tough in co-op, right? It's so easy to think, I know where the item is, therefore it is in my inventory, when it's not all in your inventory.
Yeah, and sometimes it's going to be kind of difficult with surprisingly playing with another friend, or a teammate in this case, when your teammate has probably shouted out, "Oh yeah, the ice rod's here, oh yeah, the flute's here," and then in your head it magically becomes, "Oh, I have that in my inventory, and therefore I don't have to worry," so...
Do we have any wagers? Will he make it? Will he visually see the Trinex before he remembers? That is, that's the question.
I'm thinking that he is going to try to quick swap over to the ice rod and not have the ability to do so. I think that's when he will unfortunately find out for real. At least, again, like, yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go. We don't have these.
No.
Okay. Again, the slightly
dead.
better. Oh,
Oh man.
yeah. This
At
this has been
least they can
some.
suffer together, you know? Yeah, it's that's what League's all about.
I was gonna say, at least the bosses that he has to go back to are relatively not as time consuming. Like, if you go to Cold Stare or like Betrayus' arena, that is a pretty significant time sink. Getting back to the back of Eastern, not too bad. Just like if you die to Skull and Mothula, that's actually not too bad. Going back to Thieves Town, not gonna be, again, like, they're not cheap, but they're not overly expensive.
Yeah, Eastern's not that bad. Okay, so where are we at? So Pugs have a collective 5 crystals, and don't forget to track us has 6. It's kind of closer than it may appear to be.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess maybe that's also part of the, you have to do Aga for your extremely long ice rod with the climb and of course all the blue balls.
Oh, Flip, you gotta be a little careful with your... One last chance. Okay, oh, he has a blue potion.
Oh, he has
matter.
a blue potion, yeah.
Alright, Flip doesn't have any swords. That makes sense why this is so challenging.
He doesn't have swords, he doesn't have magic, he doesn't... Oh, he has silver, so okay. I guess we just never went to Dark Death Mountain, which is understandable. The only real thing you're gonna go after is gonna be safeties up there, you just make do. Nice hammer hits. I'm glad they all register.
Yeah, to answer chat, Ether was on the Smith, and Flip must have it. Because Mirror was on Purple Chest.
I think there was one former pre-Pugs race, I think it was Andy and Futon in a league race where I believe actually Futon learned the hard way, unfortunately, that you can in fact turn the Smith and not get the item and still go on and get Purple Chest. Like, so that is very possible. And it happens to be it was the flippers on Smith and Futon.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, spent the next like 30 minutes trying to figure out why his auto tracker like was still saying that, hey, like you still have this item open, and he just never went. Yeah,
Okay,
but it definitely
so...
does.
I was just gonna say, we're trying to... I think it's Flip. She's got to activate, right? He's beaten Eastern, so he's just gonna head to Mire. So I guess he's done Desert. And Ice. So Flip appears to be, I think, slightly ahead of Dante.
Desert should be relatively fast. Oh no, Dante hasn't done Ice yet. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the main one.
Oh, but Dante's got TR done. So, and Flip doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
TR is like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes to get
yeah,
to the
it's
back.
like
no, it is longer, yeah, because you still have to get keys. You still have to, so you have to open a bunch of chests.
It's like a desert and an ice versus a TR and 2/3 of a mire, right? So.
Yeah, and of course, poor Andy. Despite having all of the setbacks that he has encountered so far, he's still stuck on Fighter's Sword. Yeah. And no half magic, and... Yeah, I'm going to assume that both Dante and Purdy will get... Oh, sorry, Flipeel will get Master Sword from Lava Chest.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely worth it.
Like, not that out of the way, right?
Yeah, even just for Ganon, it's worth it. Let alone whatever mess is in GT.
Oh, good point. I did forget. We still do have a gauntlet ahead of us for everybody. This is a very opportune time to really challenge yourself in terms of execution.
Yeah, there will be no Ice Train X, which is unfortunate.
Now, there are other bosses, though, that I think are underrated when they're on ice. Like, Ice Blind. Like, that is actually pretty dang challenging.
Yeah, that is true. But none of them are as quite the equalizer that can be at times.
Yeah, I remember even people who are acquainted with or experienced in this mode even if they're on Tempered Sword or whatever, they still go buy a potion before GT, just again in case you have to go face one of those Ice Trinexes, because you'll just use the potion. It's just so difficult to keep both your magic and health.
Alright, so we got Meyer down for Dante. I think the big key was in the compass chest.
It was, yeah. I did catch that part.
So Andy's heading back to Thieves Town now.
Alright. Having a little bit of indecision, or maybe just trying to figure out where this big key is. Yeah, and Dante looks like we gotta go get the big key, maybe just from that chest? Okay. Yeah, because I don't think there was anything really that exciting in right side. Oh, maybe the small key.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think the big key's in
left
the
side or right side.
yeah, the compass chest or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's
Okay.
gonna find it
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the next minute or so. Also, that is one of the benefits of, I guess, from the runner side of this Randomizer, is that sometimes things get randomized into fairies.
True, true. Sometimes you can get some reprieve when you least expect it. That is always an added benefit, although my guess is, though, that you would probably prefer a more stable source of health refill when you, at least you could plan around for it.
Yeah, and poor Andy's back here again with basically, well, I guess he has the fight rod now, but still no sword
Yeah.
upgrades.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to basically use the hammer. It's hard without really pausing and quick swapping. And you can't actually really do anything, actually, when the puffs are exploding. Like, you can't actually... Just like you can't pause, you can't quick swap. And so it can actually be just a bit of extra challenge. Nice chomps, by the way, in the Vampire basement. Yeah, maybe that's also something that people can also do in Mire Basement. More often than not, you're not gonna have those anti-fairs to do bombs, spooky spooky action at distance. So you may as well just go use your boomerang for fun.
Good point. Alright, so Dandy gonna fight, what was this, Helma, right? In
And it's
Desert?
Helma. Yep.
Fancy new bomb straws.
Yeah, yeah. And then, of course, quick swapping over to the hammer. He's got silvers to take care of phase 2. I think Flip... Well, he will save a little bit of time over Flip Heal on this fight, just because... well, Flip, I think, also still had boots and hammer. So slightly slower, but still very well done. And we actually see Dante with a full inventory screen. He is ready to go and look for the GT Big Key. What happened to RB? That's a weapon!
I think Dandy did Dandy do ice?
Oh, you're right. I
myself
totally
do
forgot about
ice.
ice. Yeah. You're right.
I mean, the pugs have been in nice enough time, so you would think Dante's done it by now, but
Yeah, we've
not
definitely
quite.
seen the pug, or a pug, be in ice multiple times. Yeah. All right. My guess is, though, well, you're right. I mean, this is actually a pretty close race between Dante and Flip, because like Turtle Rock does take quite a bit of time to do, but Dante still has also like another mountain climb that he has to do after ice, so. Still might look like, though, Dante might be ahead of Flip going into GT, but again, this is co-op, and it's still gonna be average time.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Dante is gonna get to GT first, because like Flip has to go to the lava chest, right, to get a sword. So it's not like he knows where everything is, but there's really not that much he gets to skip. I think there's maybe, I don't know where the small key is. I don't know if there's a small key in big chest, because that adds to the punishment of having to go to the lava chest as well.
It's true. There was a key in Roller Room too, so that's gonna be, I think, even more time for Flip. It's not, Roller Room is actually faster than I thought it was. I thought it was like a minute, but it turns out it's only like 40 seconds. Not, again, like, not inconsequential, but faster than I thought it was. Yeah, but I think
true.
Dante though, contrasting. I mean, like he just has to get through all these Enemized rooms. Like he doesn't have to go open anything, right? He's got Samaria. He's just gonna literally just go.
Yeah, and so what? Purity is an Ice Palace and like half a Mire ahead of Andy.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
So,
So
and
Andy beat Thieves, so
he did beat these. Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, and then Andy still has to go do Turtle Rock, and
Yeah.
Purdy Wong still has to go do
He has to
Danger.
do. He has all the keys though, so it's gonna be like a little bit
That's actually a
faster
good
for
point. Yeah.
Purity to get through TR.
Mhm. I wonder what people are thinking in the state of the race. My guess is that maybe the morale, or I mean, Andy, I think to his credit, is doing a very good job of staying focused after, especially so many mishaps that have befallen him. I mean, but then again, like I think Flipil and Purdy have run a pretty tight game so far, but of course, getting unlucky for Purdy to find Trinex at the end of Turtle Rock without having the Ice Rod in his possession may not like make them feel that they have a good footing in this race. I mean, like they didn't die, like at all. So that's always going to be, a victory for Randomizer.
Yeah, not. Yeah, they definitely have played pretty well.
Yeah, see, Dante can just shoot as many arrows as he wants because he didn't use all of his arrows on Lamo.
All right, so we got Dante. Yeah, you're definitely right. Dante going to be in GT a bit ahead of Flip.
Yeah. We're gonna see Andy switching over to the cave. I'm sure Dante has told him that, hey, by the way, there's a Moldrum here. Very well done. A couple hammer hits down. Didn't have to even use the cape. Yeah, I think Moldrum in this arena could be kind of tricky. This is very RNG dependent, and I mean, there's a reason why we damage boost up the slime for Vitreous. Like that whole half of the arena basically is just uninhabitable. So.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. I never even thought about that.
Alright, well actually yeah, so it looks actually Dante is a bit further ahead of Flip than I thought he would be. Because he's basically going to go into Dark Death Mountain now, and Flip still has essentially half a TR.
Yeah, it's good. And Andy already has the Desert Big Key too, which is nice. I didn't know that.
Oh right, because he dipped Desert early, right? He went into here the first of the two pugs and explored I think the rest. So that makes sense that he already has the Desert Big Key.
Okay, and there was a small key in the big chest, so you do have to get that if you want to get your Master Sword. So the one kind of, I guess, yeah, that Don't Forget to Track Us isn't like back. They might be close enough together to split up GT a bit, but like if there's like a bad big key placement, Dandy could spend like a lot of time in GT that these guys on the right are going to be able to split up.
That's actually a good point, yeah. Oh man, I can barely see that boomerang on the torch. Alright, yeah. Left side first for Dante. I don't actually know if there's a right versus better way to do GT when you're here solo. I guess just do your favorite.
I think they're far enough apart that just do what you do.
Oh, hello, Wallmaster.
Kind of makes sense in Enemizer to do this route, right? Because you kind of want to avoid the ice boss at all, like give yourself like most chance to do that, because that can be a big time sink depending on what it is.
Good point. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. He almost opened the middle door on the rebound. That spike is hilarious.
there an actual wall master in there?
Yeah, I guess so. Some of these rooms, definitely, especially in Gauntlet, can be made easier. Just because you have a lot of in-game / high-level enemies normally, and so when they have to get itemized out, they're not. There's only kind of only so many enemies that are harder than the ones that were originally there.
Yeah, okay, so don't get tracks. They're getting quite close together, and this is getting unfortunate for the pugs, right? Because Dante did right side. There's no big key there. The deeper the big key is, the better it is for Flip and Purity.
Yeah, because right, they can. Yeah, by the time they kind of get here, yeah, you can already see just the fact that Purdy has already gotten all his keys, as you said, right? Just it's almost kind of like dying to Trinex the first time. I'm sure nobody has actually personally experienced that, but the trip back to the boss is much shorter than if you actually were to go through the dungeon the first time. Because surprisingly, even though the route's kind of similar, the number of chests that you have to open is actually pretty high. I mean, all that stuff does add up. Did you ever, like, when you were with your partner, like in GT around the same time, did you ever just like rush Trial Room as something to do?
No, I don't think we ever felt far enough behind to have to do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty thankful for this Mario. I guess maybe it was also a little bit bad luck for Andy, I guess. I mean, okay, among other things that had gone wrong, the second time he went into Ice Palace to go get the third item, like, it didn't have to be Argus at the end. If it were somebody that he could kill, he would have been able to finish the dungeon. And unfortunately, because it was Argus, I guess there's some karma or equity, from the game that he unfortunately couldn't finish this dungeon.
Okay, so I given where that big key is, because Flip's probably going to do the same route that Dante did, whereas Purity's just going to go full left, so they're not actually going to save any time on net, I don't think. Was there a key in here? Oh, Flip's going full left, whereas, okay, never mind, they're going to save a bit of time.
Yeah, it looks like they're at least like the small keys make it possible for them to split up. Oh, nice rollers. Nice rollers. Oh, I'm so scared. Dante's just gonna... Yeah, I fully agree with the whole cape thing. Oh, we're so close to that Waffle House on Andy's side.
That makes it a little tough to deal with.
Moving bunny beams as Dante, first one into the gauntlet. Honestly, pretty tame gauntlet so far. Not that I'm really complaining.
Yeah, that key is on Purity's side means he's gonna have to go to I think he's gonna have to. I guess there was a key in Rando room. Does he have to go to
there
DM
was
room?
a key in Rando room.
Is there a key in Fire Snake room?
Does he have enough keys? Yeah. Does he have enough keys to get through? I'm assuming the answer is
oh,
yes.
he isn't near that pot key. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, he's I think okay. Yeah, I don't think Purity actually needs to go get these keys.
Any extra time that he spends in GT, I think the pugs are pretty thankful for. We're trying to get out. Yeah, we'll see that Flip skipped half magic, just like Andy. I think especially probably Andy is not really willing to stop for things unless he absolutely needs it, or they're literally like in his space. Yeah, but Flip is going to go as fast as he possibly can on his little prawn leaves.
Wonder what our safety situations are on the right-hand side, because the pugs kind of need something terrible to happen to. Not that we're rooting for that. I'm just discussing possibilities.
I believe Flip does have a blue potion at his disposal. I think he left the he left the bee in the desert area for funsies. I'm not sure what Purdy's situation is, but the fact that he has 4 bottles makes me think that he does have something.
Oh, apparently there's a blue potion in the random room, so we're
Oh, okay.
we're
Then he
equipped.
has even more safety. Yeah. And I guess like the bosses, yeah, weren't far enough. We didn't have to do the ice version of whatever it was. I guess we just have Sand Armos.
Ooh, okay, well, there's a wall master in that room. That wall master right there might be the pug's only hope at this point. We
Yeah,
hovering?
we have a Moldorm Dante. It's just sliding through, easy peasy. I don't
Honestly,
know
in
how these
that-
guys do it.
In
It's
that
just, like,
arena, like with Randomizer, like when there's like a helmet in there, this is why when Dante and I practice, I would never beat him through GT, because that would be a stupid Helmosaur in there, and Danny would just like save 30 seconds from hovering it.
yeah, this one, the bosses, yeah, we only saw one Helmosaur. I don't know what. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but definitely with Moldorm here, it's a very we will just kill this boss like normal type of situation. Yeah, good fight for Dante. Yep, Flip. Very narrowly avoiding that wall master.
And he knows it's there now, which is the key thing.
Alright, Purdy is on 1.5 hearts, 2.5 hearts. We're not worried.
He's got still that boy. He's got a red man. Oh, that's a.
Oh, okay, okay. Then the
honestly.
fairy, yeah. See, this is they should just ban fairies from GT Gauntlet. Like it just makes it too easy to fight them. Yeah, Dante's got red mail. He is not worried whatsoever. I don't know what Flip Heel is checking for, Gil. To open these chests.
Yeah, I thought Dandy might check them just to maybe have the hope of Andy avoiding going to the lava chest.
Oh,
but
that's a good
yeah,
point,
like
good point.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably not worth it. Nice triple on Dainty side. Now Dandy gets the classic co-op sweat when you know your partner's 7 minutes behind you.
Yeah, and this is when, I mean, you're certainly thankful, big GG's to Nancy, by the way, finishing first out of the 4 runners. I mean, at least you finished first, right, out of the 4. That is at least some comfort, because if you already see somebody else got done before you, and in this case you kind of know the gap between yourself and your partner, that might be a bit more copium. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Andy, in game, you know, he has been very much powering through the rest of these dungeons.
Yeah, he didn't let that stuff get to him, which is good. Like, he's been playing really well after that.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering if see, like, I don't know if the forgetting the ice rod before Eastern ended up mattering here.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think that Bombos frame rule plus that might have done it. But, I mean, like, the Bombos thing was kind of unavoidable.
Yeah. And maybe, like, the second trip into Ice Palace. I don't know if they could have engineered Dante to go in either, because at that time Andy did not have the Ice Rod, and he also did not have the hook shot. So maybe he was taking a little bit more risk, being able to go in and not beat the boss.
Yeah, I don't know. This was so tough because there was anything with like where you're pigeonholed into a Miron purple chest.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're gonna become inefficient, right? When
No,
that
for
happens.
sure, for sure. Yeah.
Also, GG's to Flip, who's beat Ganon.
We are checking. Oh, we're getting half magic. Gotcha. Yeah, all right. Big GG's, yeah, for Don't Get to Track Us. Flip Heel finishing second place overall, but first place for his team, and his partner is finishing, in theory, relatively shortly. I don't want to jinx anybody that has Invitational. That may or may not have happened earlier today.
Now I got PRD's Ganon fight. It's a nice spot for Ganon to go to if you're going to have him on the top for phase 2. Nice. A little greedy going for that triple, but that's fine. There you have it. GG's to Don't Forget to Track Us as PRD finishes.
Alright, yeah. Big GG's. Flip and Purdy taking their revenge, as Iker put it earlier. I believe during the regular season, this was actually a matchup that happened, and Dante and the Pugs sweeped Don't Forget to Track Us 2-0, and here we are. Tables are, well, flipped. It's too late, man. I should go to sleep.
Yeah, Danny taking the shortcut to Ganon now, right? Relying minor glitches or major glitches for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Average time, don't worry. That's how it works. Alright, well, we are joined by today's winner of the 4 people, Dante. GG's.
Bro, what did I win?
I don't know. Well, you just finished first.
You get to go to bed now. That's what you won.
Oh, dude, I'm actually excited to go to bed. Let me tell you.
Me too.
Oh man. Yeah, AD went ahead and forfeit. He was like, we'll be solid finish, and he had just got the big key. He was like, I said, why don't you do the conveyor clip up to GT? And then I was like, he might want to forfeit. Oh man.
All right, looks like we're also joined by the rest of the runners. Flip and PRD, GG. Also, Andy, GG to you.
Yo, guys, GG's.
GG's, guys.
GG's. GG.
So yeah, I mean, pretty somewhat straightforward. You guys all just kind of got pigeonholed into that mirror and purple chest. You really got all of the interesting items early, which made, got your powder, your bow. But that was just kind of the crux of it. Don't forget to track us. You guys got to the mirror first, and getting the mirror first in this siege is probably going to be the team that wins.
Yeah. I thought I lost it by not having my ice rod when I went into the TR, though.
It's funny because when you guys were in there, you guys were like fairly far ahead at that point. Because Andy, you had that weird, unfortunate Bombos getting killed after using
yeah,
that
that.
nice palace, which was like kind of weird. And we were saying like the pugs need a Trinex to be here to get back into it, and then the Trinex was there. It's like, okay, well, this is actually pretty even now.
Yeah, not only that, it actually locked my pause menu. I literally couldn't menu to anything after that death, and so I had to reset my console, which was cool.
That's nice. We
don't know
did
why
not
that
notice that.
But yeah, I was like quick swapping, nothing was working, and I tried to menu the hammer to get through like the hype cave portal, and I like nothing was happening when I pressed start. So I was like, well,
wow.
gonna restart my console. Yeah, that was weird. But yeah, this is a rough one for me. Just like pretty much everything I did after Kakariko was the incorrect decision, and I just kept getting farther and farther behind.
I can't believe you. Yeah, I almost followed Andy into Thieves Town. I was like, it's just purple chest, and I was like, it's not on purple chest, and then it was on purple chest. So I'm glad I didn't follow him in, but it sounds like we were. Did you guys go to Pod at all or clear Pod?
I was in the middle of Pod when he found the mirror, and I think was up on the mountain finding stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Like Flip, you were just finishing Eastern as Purity found the mirror, and we were like, "Oh, is he gonna go into Pod now or not?" We weren't sure because I guess he hadn't had time to find all this stuff on the mountain yet, so still kind of made sense for you to go, but it had to be tempting to just bail out of there.
Yeah, and we also like we weren't sure about the mirror as well, because when I was in the village area the first time, I was like, Purity, do I do Smith Chain? He's like, I don't know, no mirror. And then like right as I save and quit, Purity's like, well, what do we have left? And I'm like, oh, you're right, we really don't have that much left after like maybe like one more dungeon or something. So I thought there was, possibly a world where one of them, does an early Smith with no good options like soon coming up. And then, so yeah, we didn't know how to feel when we found the mirror. So that's kind of why I went to Pod, just in case.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and like Andy was saying, Pugs, you guys just everything just kind of happened the wrong order. Like you do ice and you immediately find the cane, like your next check after. It was just like,
yeah,
yep.
It was just all that was just kind of working out, just like in the worst way possible.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was just
And then
overall.
Pod was nothing, and then I go get Kane and go back into ice,
And
find
still
out
can't
it's
beat it.
Argus,
yeah.
and then get the last item, and it's not a hook shot. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's still tomorrow.
There's still tomorrow.
I'm just glad Andy remembers how to play this game after his expeditions, and then if we win tomorrow, then he's gonna forget how to play again because he doesn't have to play game 3. He can just watch me and Worf potentially do it. So,
At least you don't have to play cross keys, Dante.
hey, look, ask Andy how well my cross keys co-op D-Rust went.
It was fine.
I carried.
All right, that's all I got. Clear Mouse, you got any questions for these guys before we let them go to bed?
Yeah, I mean, sounds like everyone's ready to get some vegging in. So yeah, thank you guys so much. It was a very fun, always enjoyable time to be with everybody. And yeah, big GGs to Flip and Purdy. Purdy, you're sitting out tomorrow, is that correct? Iker, our tracker tonight, is going to fill in for you tomorrow for some co-op cross keys.
Yep.
If you enjoy. Iker and Flip, good luck. And sounds like Andy and Worf will be reprieving the co-op cross keys during the regular season. So yeah, I think it should be a great time. Wednesday night tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully we'll see you all there.
Also, huge shout outs to don't forget to track us as a team as a whole for Andy. As soon as our thread opened, Andy's like, I'm dropping the bad news about his availability.
Yeah. It's like,
and,
hey, I'm available 2 days in the 2 weeks. Good luck, you guys.
Do you get any breathing time? Like I saw you doing a whole best of 3 early before this too. Like
Nope.
no rest for Andy.
No breathing time. We had 4 races today. I have 1 tomorrow, and then I leave for another event on Thursday. So, thanks for accommodating my trash schedule.
Yeah, I'm just glad it lined up. You know, most of us have relatively overlapping schedules for the most part. So, yeah, GG's again. Look forward to game 2, and you know, thanks for the comms, restream, tracking. Always a good time.
Yeah, GG's,
Yeah.
guys.
See y'all tomorrow night.
Yeah, thank you all so much. Yeah, and of course, big thanks to Furious Prince and Iker, of course, his third member of Don't Forget to Track Us, who will be doing co-op with Flip tomorrow night. Yeah, and Matt, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, agreed. Same to you. Glad we got to be able to do this.
Yes, very, very much so. Despite me being able to roll a 6 on a D100 die, I did come out on the positive side of the coin flip, so I'm pretty happy. Yeah, but I think that's the only league, at least invitational match league, scheduled for at least the next couple days. Yeah, 8:30 tomorrow night. Channel and TBD, but it should be a very fun time. Yeah, until then, yeah, thanks all. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll catch you all later.